Okay, we're back again. That was fast. Thank you, Katie. So wait, so you just said you thought Milwaukee and Minneapolis were the same place?
Yes, I remember one time Tennessee Williams went on a reading and he was in the wrong city. He confused two cities like that.
Well, what do you mean he was in the wrong city?
He arrived like in the wrong state in the wrong city.
That he was booked at?
Yeah, he got the wrong place.
I guess maybe when your name is Tennessee.
I guess.
I don't know.
Remember the Milwaukee Braves?
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
I don't know anything about
I remember because they beat the Yankees, 58 I think it was.
Well, the Yankees are doing pretty well right now, I have to say. You're from Pittsburgh. Do you like the Steelers?
I didn't really.
You don't care about that?
I don't know anything about them.
Do you know who the Pirates are?
Oh, yes. I do know about that.
I didn't even know that.
Vaguely. Very vaguely.
Do you know who the Yankees are?
Yes, I do.
Do you like them?
They're all right.
Can I say one thing about the Yankees?
One thing.
One thing. Now, if Wendy Ford was playing today for New York Yankees, you'd break the color barrier.
Why?
Whoa. His name is Wendy Ford.
Yeah. I know. But, wait.
Does it have to do with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Hell no.
I know. And back to you. So wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your newest play is about Tennessee?
Well, there's a whole year-long festival called the Global Fringe Festival, and it's happening at 101 Murray Street, which is 2 blocks.
Where the Mud Club used to be.
Well, I guess.
Did you never went?
No. But I have a play in that series which is called Lady Gaga's Guidebook for Life. And I was in San Francisco working with runaway teens this summer. They're sort of crusties, I guess you'd call them, who had been abused, and they were obsessed by Lady Gaga. Yeah.
Everybody
is. I'm going to have students that are studying with me stage plays at Park 51 where the mosque controversy is. We're going to be staging plays right there on site. Well, we're 2 blocks away, and I consider that a vortex of what's going on. And I think that so much of the theater are like quarts of milk left out overnight. They have nothing to do with what's going on. It's sort of become like paleontology or something. I mean, you were asking me, you're a playwright. I've been a playwright for several decades here, but that my heyday was 20 years ago.
But you're inspired now by what's going on, like Lady Gaga and the mosque. So
well,
those are things that are current that are inspiring you.
I think that if you're going to claim to be writing plays that mirror the zeitgeist, then you need to know, what the rhythms are, and the rhythms happen to be
Gaga.
Justin Bieber.
Yes.
We had a play at the Lower East Side Arts Festival, Justin Bieber's Stampede. And,
I heard about that in Australia.
Well, Crystal's granddaughter was in it. The Crystal's,
Crystal Meth?
Crystal Meth.
That comes up a lot.
And she's produced like 40 of my plays, I mean, I've had plays there for decades, and now, I'm so old, her granddaughter's now starring.
How awesome is that?
Well, she got a huge ovation. She said, it's not true that I took out a hit on Kim Kardashian because I'm too little. I don't know what that hit means. It was very cute, And but the whole idea of Justin Bieber and Lady Gaga, it's sort of theatricalizing, and to me, it's all sort of camouflage and distraction.
It is.
And I think it's very sad. I mean, I watched Larry King last night with all of these people that had been in Afghanistan and Iraq and Iran, and it just depressed me terribly. That all of these people are dead, and it cost $1 trillion.
And we talk about Lady Gaga and Justin Bieber.
Oh, well, I have them as iconography in the play, and bouncing off of them is, I mean, the horror of young gay teenagers in this country is that, there's one TV movie made with Stockard Channing, and meanwhile, people are being killed in the middle of the country because they're gay. They're being beaten, killed, stabbed, set afire, and mutilated, and and you know, it's not. No one's really writing about this. So
I
you know,
totally agree with you.
So that's why I
I do.
decided to write about it.
In the Muslim world, they said there's no gays.
Well, they're all in the closet. And speaking of in the closet, I have a segment on the show, and I have to ask you right now. I need to hear a skeleton from your closet, from your wild and crazy life. Just one little skeleton. One little
horrible secret.
Yeah, that would work.
I can't think of anything to say.
Let's think about it for
because
1 second.
I put all this.
I know, it doesn't have to
there.
be a secret. It can just be something that you're...
I'll have to think about that.
Alright, because today happens to be National Cherry Popover Day. And they even gave this little tidbit of information that if you aren't sure how to make cherry popovers, skip the popover and just make muffins with dried cherries and chocolate chips. But you know, it was too hot out, so I couldn't do that. So I have these old-fashioned cherry sour candies, and as soon as you give me your skeleton in your closet, you're more than welcome to have a cherry.
I got cowboy clothes in my closet.
I think that I wanted to be a missionary in the Congo when I was growing up, you know, goody two-shoes, little Christian boy. I was thinking about that as that bus crawled across through the humidity.
And isn't that funny? It's Gloria Estefan's birthday. Didn't she have that song about the Congo?
Well, her bus wrecked too. Didn't she survive some horrible wreck that it turned over and she was smashed in it or something?
Yeah. So
Well, you
I
know.
love how things always...
I haven't heard the word the Congo since the news telecast back in the 60s. They don't say that word anymore.
When you turn,
I was in Jamaica and they say it in Jamaica. Congo.
you
I
can't
had a
say
very
that
good
some more.
friend named Congo.
Where's Obama came from?
Have some cherries, my friend. Is there any way, do you want
I
to...
hate these. Here.
Oh!
I don't know. They'll knock my cats off my teeth.
Oh!
Well, I brought something. This is a prop.
Okay.
You got a problem?
This is a diamond ring. This is the kind of thing that Andy Warhol wore to Catholic Mass.
Nice.
And he never missed church. And he would like have his hand up in the light and like the diamond ring would sparkle all throughout
Well, let me
the
say,
church.
see these rings over here? Imagine where Andy Warhol would have those propped up.
I guess with Ben Franklin. Is there any other shout-outs that you have? Any way to find you?
Okay. Well, oh dear. Well, I'm having a 9/11 play thing at 101 Murray Street, and then I'm in the Howl Festival.
Love it. I have Allen Ginsberg's birthday.
And
I always love that about the Howl Festival.
well, I've been reading his complete works, you know, and there's a mark on me where I had it in bed and it bruised my leg. It's very heavy. You could murder someone and go on Nancy Grace if you smash them in the head with the thing. But I met the guy that worked with Allen and put together, you know, all the notes and everything.
Wow.
I saw the Howl movie with Franco and talked to him.
Franco Murder?
No, James Franco.
I love James Franco.
If you have any of those stray women, you know, you can pass it my way. I'd be happy to help them out.
Legions.
Okay.
Harold.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being a guest. Will you come back again when you're doing more stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome. So we will be right back. We have to take another quick little break. Thank you so much, Larry Myers. It's a pleasure. And crazy Bobby Steele.
Outlaw Bobby Steele.
Outlaw. We'll be back in a minute with more on Rew And Who.
Okay.
This is good.